Hello there, welcome to the top 20 ReviewTechUSA fraud fails. I have a special guest speaker for this video. Please welcome, ReviewTechUSA.
Thanks to the RTU Critic for inviting me. This list is in ascending order, meaning we've kept the most shady fails till last. Enjoy. Number 20. Lying about his greed agenda. Many of you may know by now Rich is a greedy man, but Rich hates that people find him greedy, so he tells lies. Out of nowhere, Rich asked his followers if it would be okay if he made 5 videos per day.
How could you possibly handle that? Seems like you would get burnt out and the quality would go down.
I figured out a way to cut rendering time down to a third. That was really what was holding me back. Now it's solved.
So Rich claims here the only thing that was stopping him from making 5 videos per day in the past was rendering time? Clearly a lie, seen as Rich uses the most powerful i7 processor on the planet.
Well. Look at what we have here. Is that a Core i7 5960X with 8 cores in this processor and hyper-threaded, so it has 2 threads per core, 20 megabytes of L3 cache? Yep, this is the top-of-the-line Core i7 that you could buy right now.
The real reason Rich did this is because his view numbers were down over 40%, so Rich spammed his viewers with 5 videos per day for a week. After his numbers got back to normal, he stopped. Rich only cares about money, not his subscribers. Number 19. Spreading DX12 misinformation. In this occasion, Rich made this video about EA wanting DirectX 11 to become obsolete.
Johan Anderson, who is the technical director for Frostbite, kind of had a silly-ass moment on Twitter the other day, talking about DirectX 12. What do I mean? Well, this is what he tweeted. Would like to require Windows 10 and DirectX 12 Windows Display Driver Module 2.0 as minimum spec for holiday 2016 games. So that means minus a couple million people or a few million people, all the other tens of millions of PC gamers who still have like 780 Ti's, their cards won't work with the games you want to release? It's just not realistic, man.
He told everyone DirectX 11 GPUs won't work with DirectX 12 games. This is false.
On April 11th, ReviewTechUSA picked up on the story, and he did a video on the subject. And to be honest, I felt like his video was like 75% of just flat-out wrong misinformation. There are literally hundreds of articles dating back well over a year that have made it clear that you do not need to buy a new GPU to run DX12 games. You do not need to buy a new GPU to take advantage of DX12.
Number 18. Betrayal of Mundane Matt. So ReviewTechUSA and Mundane Matt used to make a show together called The Verdict, but it wasn't making Rich enough money. Look at these tweets.
What happened to The Verdict, Rich?
Wasn't doing the numbers I wanted it to be honest.
Would have been nice if you conveyed that message to me, Rich.
Rich never even had the decency to tell Matt he cancelled the show. Later Rich started damage controlling. He said he was too busy to make the show with Matt even though he clocked over 40 hours on Steam in 2 weeks. Exposed. Number 17. Review Anything USA, flip-flopping. Rich's channel is supposed to be about tech, right? But on many occasions Rich has suggested he wants to cover all news, not just tech. His fans keep rejecting this idea, but that won't stop Rich.
So I'm asking you, would you rather me put everything on ReviewTechUSA, as long as the titles are plain as day and clear as crystal, or would you rather have it on a second channel? It's up to you.
Rich specializes in clickbait news. He knows there is more money to be made covering non-tech news. He asked his fans if they want this, they said no. Then later he said screw it and did non-tech news anyway. Fuck the fans, right? Number 16. President of Sony Shuhei Yoshida called Rich so stupid. Even major CEOs think Rich is a fraud. Rich made this video prior to the 8th gen consoles being released.
I'm going to start off this video by saying this. I got all of this information from very, very reliable sources. Because the networks on both the PS4 and Xbox One right now are in shambles. Now you're probably thinking, why is the PS4 network in shambles? I'll get to that one last, because you're going to shit when you find out why. Well, I have some bad news for all the guys who were hating on the Xbox One, but it's going to be 720p on both the PS4 and Xbox One. And you want to know why? Again, is because the online features of both the PS4 and Xbox One versions of Call of Duty Ghosts is GIMP because their network infrastructures are totally screwed up right now. So to make the game, I guess, somewhat playable online, they had to cut the resolution down to 720p on both the PS4 and Xbox One versions of Call of Duty Ghosts. Hot damn.
Rich thought that network reliability affects graphics. Anyone who knows about tech should know the network has nothing to do with screen resolution. Many YouTubers, DualShockers and even CEO of Sony called him out.
Rich from ReviewTechUSA. Why in the fuck would you say something so fucking stupid? You fucking name it, IGN, DualShockers, everybody saying that this is total fucking bullshit. Even Shuhei Yoshida himself has said this is fucking stupid. It makes no fucking sense. You're going to get a lot of views from this video. Not because of your awesome reporting, but because you fucked up so bad that you didn't even bother to research a story that came out just a couple of days ago where you said it's going to run 1080p on PlayStation 4. Why would you do this?
Number 15. Living with parents hypocrisy. Rich has poked fun at people who live in their parents' basement. The problem here is Rich was living with his parents a few years ago when he was 31 years old. Need proof? Here you go.
Leave the holes that you're in, that you never leave your basement, and live life.
This has been my hole of a closet room since 2009. I had to give up my apartment in 2009 when I got laid off from IBM.
Leave the holes that you're in, that you never leave your basement, and live life.
So I've been living in this friggin' closet of a room at my family's house. It's exciting.
Number 14. Rich profiting from death and suffering. Despite being a so-called tech channel, Rich has made a lot of videos regarding dead people and suffering. Take a look at this.
He went around to go look for his son, and 300 meters away, he found his son's burnt corpse. The son, due to the amount of stress from school and what happened with his father arguing about the game, decided to pour gas on himself and light himself on fire. Now here's the image of Sue, his body burnt right here. Obviously it's censored, but you could still see the outline of the image. He was burnt to a crisp. My God.
Rich has gotten over 3.2 million views on videos about death and physical suffering. That accounts for an estimated $8,500 earned from dead people. Even leeches don't suck dead people dry this much. Rich is worse than a damn leech. Number 13. ReviewTechUSA's Hauppauge sponsorship fail. Remember Rich was sponsored by Hauppauge? Probably not, seen as it lasted about 2 days. The reason Rich lost his sponsorship is because Hauppauge was shown all the shady things Rich has done and got put off.
USA, and I have some good news for me and also for you. Now, what do I mean? I'm actually cutting down to only 3 sponsors, okay? There's going to be Curse Entertainment. I'm also going to have Cutting Edge Gamer. And I have a new sponsor. It's been in the works for a while. Hauppauge, the same company that makes capture cards.
Then Rich threatened to sue Hauppauge for suspending the sponsorship deal. Very professional Rich. Later, once Rich calmed down, he swept the whole thing under the rug in traditional ReviewTechUSA style. Number 12. The Anita Sarkeesian fake apology. So Rich thought he owed extreme feminist Anita Sarkeesian an apology because other people have been threatening to kill her. This video is completely unnecessary.
Skip it up and that up. So a lot of you are seeing the title of this video and are assuming it's clickbait or I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not. I actually truly feel that I owe Anita Sarkeesian an apology. Here's what I mean. Back in October, she was giving a speech somewhere, and someone sent her a threatening email. And not only did this person, you know, they're a coward, they're hiding behind their computer sending email, they took coward to a whole new level and pretended to be him. They signed the email Mr. Repsion, and they included all these kind of different slurs in there, like faggot. And so Anita, I've questioned before in the past if you've actually been threatened, and obviously I was wrong, and you have been, because if these threats didn't happen, the FBI wouldn't have knocked on Mr. Repsion's door. So it is happening, it is out there, and it needs to stop. You don't like what she says, that's fine. Don't threaten to end the woman's life or hurt her or her family because you don't like what she says.
The only purpose of this video is to gain Rich more attention and views. More views equals more money for Rich. Rich makes purposely controversial videos to gain attention. He's been doing it for years. Number 11. The Loot Crate sponsorship fail. Another one of Rich's fails sponsorships, this time because Rich insulted feminists by calling them feminazis. Roll the clip.
This video is not being brought to you by Loot Crate. Here's why. When I get a email from my business email, and it's from Mikey at Loot Crate, and it says end of Loot Crate partnership. And this is exactly what it says. Hi Rich, due to recent complaints about your feminazi video, we have to cancel your Loot Crate affiliate account. I will be sending you your final payment for any earnings made to date and turning off your account. But in my videos, guys over at Loot Crate, did I ever mention anything about promoting violence towards women? Did I ever tell anyone to go out and attack Anita Sarkeesian? As a matter of fact, I made a video defending Anita Sarkeesian, saying the last thing anyone wants to do is harm her. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this, especially the past 2 months. I haven't made that much from Loot Crate, to be perfectly honest with you. Basically, what you're saying is, because my opinion isn't the popular opinion, you want to make sure you follow the herd, because the herd is where there's more money, and you will censor people who don't follow the herd because you want to make sure your pockets are lined.
So Rich got ass hurt because Loot Crate dropped him. The sign of a bad businessman is when they make videos attacking previous sponsors. This is exactly what Rich done. Oh my god. Halfway guys. Let's lay on the heavy exposure. Number 10. Rich selling out to Square Enix. Square Enix paid ReviewTechUSA to review Final Fantasy XIV. Problem is Rich said nothing negative about the game at all, not one thing, and praised the game fully throughout the whole review. This review was clearly biased. Rich never made it clear he was being paid to review the game as well. Proper disclosure wasn't provided, and this lazy, greedy fuck got away with it. See the hypocrisy.
Square Enix came up to me and asked me to play Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn and discuss my gameplay experience. And I went to them and said, okay, that's great. And to be honest with you, I'm glad they did, because I spent a lot of time with this game and I really enjoyed it. I have to say, I really enjoyed playing an MMO. I never ever thought I would say that. There's something wrong with their business model, and they're trying to figure out what it is. Maybe because they've made a bunch of crappy Final Fantasy games that no one cares about. $15 and $20 because you're Square Enix and you think your name is going to make people buy your game? Try too hard to be different, and the outcome is games like Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 14, and the other garbage they come out with. Came out Final Fantasy 7 name that people will just blindly go out there and buy it in droves, and I hope that people don't. You know, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, so even if they did remake the game, I probably still wouldn't buy it. So the bottom line is, if you let people know you're being sponsored by something, I have no problem with it. But if you're basically taking a bribe to give a game a good review so the developer and publisher could get more sales, and you're being paid for an opinion, you're an asshole and you should quit right now.
Number 9. The manufactured Keemstar drama. To be clear, I don't like Keemstar at all. He deserves a troll like me too. But Rich deliberately started drama with Keemstar on Twitter because news was slow and he wanted money and attention.
Before everyone freaks out, I have no ill will against Keemstar. This isn't going to turn into some stupid thing. I guess I'm just pissed off and tired of like the double standard everyone has on the internet. Keemstar, I don't dislike you. I have no beef with you, but I disagree with you. We have a different standpoint on this, and I just do think it's hypocritical that you take donations on when you stream. There's no difference between getting donations in the stream or on a Patreon, period.
Rich, I mean, 2 hours ago I said that, live streaming is different than YouTube, all right? I'm talking about YouTubers that make $10,000 a month and then have a Patreon for their YouTube, all right? It's not the same as a live stream. YouTube and live streaming is completely different, all right? Most of the money on YouTube comes from ads, right? On streaming, most of the income that comes in to support that entertainment is from donations. They are not the same thing, and I clearly said that 2 hours ago, and now you're saying I'm being hypocritical. It's just stupid.
No, Keemstar, I'm not stupid. I saw this. So you're doing the internet logic thing again. So you get tips, which I've seen you get some pretty good ones, on your stream. That's different than having a Patreon account. Last time I checked, money's green all around. And last time I checked, that's still getting donations, quote unquote, from people that follow you. So there is no difference. I'm not stupid. You're still getting money from people that follow you. So yeah, it still falls into hypocrite.
I think Patreons are stupid for YouTubers that make a ton of money, all right? If you're making a ton of money and then you have a Patreon on top of it, I mean, you're really just milking this fucking thing for everything you could possibly get, And if you think I'm hypocritical because I have a donate button on my stream, you can suck my fucking dick, all right? Because I feel blessed that I make this much money. I feel blessed that I get to do this for a living. And that's why I've given out over $30,000 of stuff to my fans this year. So fuck off.
So wait. Hold on 1 second. Now, Keemstar just had a video up where he was saying that people who have Patreons who make so-and-so amount of money are scumbags. But Keemstar, who is pretty much a self-proclaimed millionaire, who I know makes way more than $10,000 a month, on his StreamMe page, as soon as you click on it, he has this. Only on the internet can you accuse someone for doing something but be a hypocrite and do it yourself. God bless.
After all this, Rich said,
Keemstar, lol, trust me, I won't make a video.
The very next day Rich made a video about it. This was all calculated by Rich. He is a manipulator. How can you trust him? Simple, you can't. He even had a debate with Keemstar over this.
Did fuck you, I'm
sorry. The first point is he says he's going to make a video, all right? He says he's not going to make a video, but then does, okay? He apologizes to me once he realizes that I'm not talking about him. Then 2 hours later, without being any conversation between me and him, he takes his apology back and uploads a video calling me a hypocrite, okay? The third one, he uploads a video, and in the video he says, I'm not going to show any footage of Keemstar, and again, this is the evidence where I define that streaming and YouTube is different from my opinion, all right? He says he's not going to show any footage because he might get flagged, but then later in the video shows footage of me from my stream. All right, those are 3 examples within this situation where this dude has been a complete hypocrite. All right, a complete hypocrite. All right, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I think that he's a manipulator. I think he's a liar.
Okay.
Dude, you're taking this and making it into something much bigger than what
you made a fucking video.
Hold on.
No,
Hey, man, I'm not yelling.
Chill.
No,
Yeah,
Relax.
chill.
Number 8. Mental illness hypocrisy. Rich has admitted in the past he had mental problems. See for yourself.
I personally suffered from depression myself when I got laid off from my job in 2009. I sought therapy. I actually got medicated, and it helped a lot. I've been through it. I understand where he's coming from. I understand that even having a positive attitude, life can still throw curveballs your way.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Rich of RLM Corp. A job where I was working a night shift. I was a night manager at a job. And I have a generalized anxiety disorder, and working that night shift made my anxiety go through the roof. Driving home when the sun was coming.
Having mental issues isn't nice, but what is worse is having these issues then making fun of other people with mental problems as seen in this video.
It's called they're mentally ill and they have nothing else better to do with their lives. Here is proof. This is like mental dysfunction to the nth degree. Do something with it. What the fuck? This is all you want to do? But whatever. You're mentally defective idiots and you don't know what the hell to do with your life. This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA signing out.
Number 7. Rich wanted to sue a troll. As you may know, Rich is pro-censorship. He tried to censor me many times and failed. He even asked his followers to censor me, but Rich took it to the next level. He threatened to sue me for defamation.
The activities you are solely responsible for or have been associated with are considered defamation of character and are considered illegal. I have been advised by Shadow's government to ask that you cease and desist your activities, or legal action will be taken against you. You have 48 hours to respond with an answer which will be screen capped and sent to my attorney. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Rich took censorship to the next level. I laughed in his face and told him to come at me with everything he's got. You see, Rich hates me and others exposing him because the truth hurts. Number 6. The Jedi Rabbit video scandal. First watch this video Rich made.
Okay, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I don't really think you need to be for this guy, but it's safe to say that he has some issues. I would say obsessive compulsive disorder, also known as OCD. I'm going to whip out the voice of Steven for this, because I think it's fitting for our buddy here, Jedi Rabbit. Thanks. Like I said, FIFA is quiet. Just tried out Call of Duty and that's quiet. But with Battlefield, the fans move up a notch. Like nothing too loud, just wondering if this was the norm. Always thought fans had one speed, that's all. But since our buddy Jedi Rabbit has obsessive compulsive disorder, I think we could all diagnose him with that, even though we're not Dr. Phil. He went through 6 fucking consoles in the period of 6 months. And punishment for how small it is. Which leads me to this. Like, why doesn't Sony make a bigger console like the Xbox One? Yes, it looks nice, but it's loud compared, and you need even more space than the size of the Xbox One. Plus,
after many people complained about Rich making fun of someone he deems mentally ill, he said this.
To the White Knights and SJWs. Are you Jedi Rabbit psychiatrist or healthcare provider? No? Okay, good. So for all you know, this could just be a dude who is a tool who is obsessed with his electronics. So until you can write prescriptions and have a doctorate in medicine where you can make clinical diagnosis on his psychological disorder, please sit in a corner and be quiet. There is no evidence that this guy is suffering from anything. Except being friggin' anal. Hugs and kisses RTU. Fun facts, I am not going to be taken off YouTube due to my Jedi Rabbit video and I am not removing it. If that bothers you, unsub please. I rather have my entire channel be shut down than given to one person because their feelings were hurt. Opinion are not slander.
Rich was then forced by his network to remove the video and give in, even though he said,
I rather have my entire channel be shut down than given to one person.
Rich can't accept being wrong until it starts costing him financially. Number 5. Making fake drama from a death threat. Remember when some obvious troll made a death threat towards Rich? And Rich made this video about it.
This is when shit goes too far. I deal with trolling on a daily basis. When you threaten me is when shit gets real. Now, why did I receive this threat? Now, to all these skeptics out there that may think I am doing this as a publicity stunt, I assure you, please do all the digging that you want to. You will find out that I have nothing to do with this Facebook account. I swear on my family, I would not pull a bullshit stunt like this. I would not do something like this to garner attention. This is not the kind of attention I want. So I actually asked the officer if I should make a video about what happened, and he said, yeah, it would be a good idea. It could give us more information and could help us get a lead quicker.
Rich claimed a police officer said he should make a YouTube video to get evidence. Seriously, Rich, do you expect us to believe that? The police would advise the complete opposite. Plus Tony MLG Master Dutch is an obvious troll account. You made this bigger than it needed to be because gaming news was slow that week and you needed a reason to make a video. Number 4. Exploiting an autistic 16-year-old. Yup, this actually happened. Rich got a 16-year-old with autism to infiltrate the community that was trolling him in order to provide Rich with information on some of them. You couldn't make this shit up.
Leave the house, John. John, when you get a second, let's talk.
Can't now, I'm at school. Maybe at around 7.
I added you as a friend. I'll keep it that way as long as you behave. Okay, message me when you have time. I'll keep you on here as a friend if you behave. A deal? But we still need to talk.
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm on a train, bud. But we can chat here. So first off, I told Adam to add you as well. Yes, you drive me nuts, but you are a good kid when you want to be. Second, I need you to do something for me. Even after this is done, I will remain friends with you and I will make sure you are not in any legal trouble because you helped. I need you to let me know what that psycho Review Hell USA from overseas is up to. Do not tell him that we chatted, pretend you still hate me.
Review Hell said he was going to talk to me about a plan but he never got back to me.
See, the reason why I give you chances is because I can tell you are a good kid. You have issues. You admitted to them. You realize when you screw up. Even if you had helpful info and were a complete prick, I still wouldn't waste my time on you, lol. I don't care what you knew on Review Hell USA if you were that bad.
I hope the Crusaders never learn of this conversation.
They won't. You can screen cap this as a promise.
He came back.
Lol, don't care. He will be irrelevant now cause he won't have the same audience.
I know, I'm just giving you a heads up cause God knows what he's up to.
Send me a link to his G+, I'll have it taken down in like 48 hours.
Okay.
Thank you. And thanks for the heads up.
Rich used this autistic kid to pass on information about his trolls, putting him in harm's way and pretending to be friends with him to suit Rich's agenda. If you think these messages are fake, Rich confirmed they are real. See here. Number 3. Rich promoted criminal Shadow's government. So Rich had two sponsors called iPredator and Shadow's government. Remember?
Okay, so the sponsor that came up to me fairly recently, and I'm excited as hell that we're working together, is called shadowsgovernment.com. These guys work with digital forensics, online psychological criminal profiling, and the one I'm going to be talking about the most, okay, is cyber criminal investigation, all right? And I am so 110% behind them for what they're doing. So thank you, shadowsgovernment.com, for being a ReviewTechUSA sponsor. I'll have a link to the website below in the description. Check it out. They also have a phone number. If you need any help, just call 818-280-9410, and you could talk to Shadow, who's the guy who runs the website.
Turns out the guy who runs Shadow's government has 28 criminal convictions. Yup. The man who Rich supports 110% was convicted of 28 separate criminal convictions. As soon as Rich found out, he swept it firmly under the rug. Fun fact, Rich also used Shadow's government to dox his trolls, unsuccessfully of course, but the intent was there. Number 2. ReviewTechUSA's e-begging. A while back, Rich set up a public fund for him to buy a camcorder. He e-begged his friends for $500, and once he got the camcorder, he never really used it for the show. Check this out.
And me simply looking to raise a small amount of cash for a camcorder so I could actually do more things with my show isn't a good idea and didn't improve my Kickstarter project. I'm going to go about this the old-fashioned way. And no, I'm not kidding. I guess they must have a thing for bronies. Okay. Yes, I am asking for donations. Yes, I know I'm going to be called an e-beggar no matter what I say. But I'm doing this with a twist that no one else has done, because I don't just want your friggin' money. I really don't. I honestly don't. What do I need? I need a camcorder for the show, straight up. Using gameplay footage, I'm constantly dealing with getting copyright claims on my videos. So what I'm asking for is donations. If you could give 5 cents, if you could give $2, I want to try to raise $500 to get a camcorder. I'm not looking for a red $20,000 camcorder. I'm looking for something basic. I want to prove that not everyone who does this is an e-begging scumbag. And I want to do it to improve my show.
I get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. Get home around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's nearly every day, not counting the times when I work overtime. Because I'm a hard worker. And I don't accept handouts.
Hello, Blockbuster Critic. It's your old buddy Rich from ReviewTechUSA, or ReviewBegUSA. You've had some colorful things to say about me. I didn't scam anybody. I know these are trolling videos, I know, and whether I had the money or not, either way it could be written off as a business expense, which wasn't my intention. Thanks though, I appreciate the shout out. Hope you guys get some views off of talking shit about me. Hope it works out for you. See ya.
So Rich was exposed by Blockbuster Critic and others for his shameless e-begging. You'd think Rich would have learnt from this. Nope. Later he begged his subs to subscribe to his Patreon. After his subscribers complained, he cancelled the Patreon and cried like a little bitch about it for a while.
I took down the Patreon account, and many of you are going to wonder why. Some of you think I was trying to sweep it under the rug, which is another reason why I wanted to make this video, because no, this video is staying up and people will know that I had a Patreon campaign posted temporarily. I already in a day got about $141, 30 times 100. If I had it up for a month, more than likely I would have at least gotten close, if maybe not a little over what the goal of the campaign was, which was 3,000. Many people, first and foremost, were saying that I was doing it to be greedy. No, basically that once I hit that goal, I would have gotten rid of my third-party sponsors. I don't need a quote-unquote real job, because my bills are being paid just fine.
So after the $500 begging and Patreon fail, you'd think Rich would have learnt from his previous 2 mistakes. Nope. A year later he was at it again. He asked his followers if he should create a Patreon for a second time. Again, the majority of his followers voted no, and this is what started all the drama with him and Keemstar. Rich said himself he earns $10,000 a month on YouTube for reading bloody news. Do you think he needs a Patreon? Or is Rich just greedy?
Rich, how could I be talking about you? You don't make 10 grand a month. You don't make $10,000 a month.
Okay. I don't. Okay.
Do you? Because you get 5 million views a month. I just looked up on Social Blade.
Yeah,
So,
this month because I barely posted, dude. All right. I'm not going into how much I make. But.
Do you make $10,000 a month? Yes or no? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you have.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Well, I disagree. I don't think that's an honest.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you. But
Number 1. The 2014 Cheesegate scandal. No surprise it was going to be this, still to this date the worst shit Rich has ever pulled.
I had no problem with this guy at all. I supported his channel. I appreciated everything that he has done for me as far as my YouTube channel. There was no problems with this guy until money was involved. Me and Rich from ReviewTechUSA, there's no more business. There's no relationship. There's no partnership. There's nothing. I'm gonna tell you why. He decided, since he owes me money, that he wants to try and belittle me, try me, and hustle me. I was like, I'm not talking about the advertising, I'm talking about the payment. Today is the payment for $200. He was like, we'll talk about that later. Later comes by. So he was like, I give you a 6-month promotion, but not a payment. If that's the issue, that's no problem. I send the PC back to you. So I told him, I said, I was really needing that 200. I was really expecting that 200 to come through. So he said, well, if it's an issue, I will pack up the PC and send you a shipping invoice. Honestly, no hard feelings. Wait, what? I'm like, I agree to your terms of 3 advertisements per week and $200. 3 ads for 6 months. So he states, I don't see how I can justify paying you $200 plus to get you months of promotion when I have other companies that will pay me thousands just for this month alone. I replied, I don't wish to have the PC back. I wish to have the $200 that you agreed to sent to me today. All I'm asking is that you be a man of your word. I understand how you do business. This is a lesson learned. That's exactly what I told him. You know, if you have all this money, what's wrong with sending me my $200? That's my question. So Rich from ReviewTechUSA, who really screwed who over? Who is really broke and desperate? Who's really a fraud? Who's really a scumbag? You do bad business. You are unprofessional. And in my honest opinion, I don't want to affiliate myself with you anymore. You burnt the bridge with me for no reason. It was all over $200 that you owed me.
To break down the story, Rich got PCs from Big Cheese in exchange for advertising and $200. Rich agreed to this deal. Later Rich changed his mind about paying the $200 because he felt like Big Cheese is getting too good a deal. Rich went back on his promise and legitimately tried to scam Big Cheese out of his money. This shady $200 deal spawned the Big Cheese Crusaders, a group of elite trolls who still troll Rich almost 2 years later. We have come to the end of this video now, and what have we learned? Rich is a compulsive liar. He is obsessed with money. He spreads misinformation. He betrays friends for money. He puts himself before his audience. He knows little about tech. He lived with his parents 3 years ago. He profits from death and suffering. He's unprofessional with sponsors. He makes clickbait videos. He makes videos defaming past sponsors. He takes money for positive reviews. He manufactures drama for views. He makes fun of the mentally ill. He is willing to sue trolls and is pro-censorship. He exploited an autistic kid. He promotes criminals. He's a shameless e-beggar, and he tried to scam a man out of money while threatening to sue him. You know, I'm starting to think Rich isn't a very nice person. Thank you for watching this video. And Rich, if you are watching, you know where the bleach is. You know what to do with it. Get exposed, you disgusting obese slob bitch.
You're exposed, bitch. You're exposed.